level is the second level of each world. Super Mario World level every third level, and New Super Mario Bros. Of every fourth level. If you wanted to, you can mix and match it however you want. I'm just giving you an example. You could do all one style.
Yeah, I already went over there. I don't really need to do that. There's this one coin.
And as far as it seems, you can only make 10 custom things. 10 custom adventures, it seems like, because there is a out of 10 thing at the top of the interface that makes me think that it's limited to a certain amount. Which is dumb, but whatever.
So yeah, I have to figure out whether I missed a coin on this level or the last level. But I should have one more coin, wherever it may be. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that people who make Mario World hacks stick to... Oh! I can kill these? Well, there was the coin.
I still think that
did that on complete accident.
I still think Mario Maker's a great idea, though, for people who want to get into, like, making their own Mario levels but aren't technically minded. They can't, like, reverse engineer a game or
So I saved
anything.
that. Did I save the king here? Did I go on there? I probably did. Yeah, I did.
I also think it is a good way to make, you know, an easier way to make levels, just in general. It's more convenient.
Oh boy, this looks scary.
It's also official, so it's not going to be having any risk of being taken down or anything. However, it might lead to other things being taken down is what I'm worried about.
I hope not. But it's definitely a legitimate concern, I would say.
Especially with Nintendo. Because now Nintendo has a reason to care about ROM hacks. Now that they have a product that's similar, it's now competition for there to be ROM hacks.
Yeah, which is, you know, pretty lame, but...
That's what they like to do.
I really hope that there's nothing negative that comes of that, because I think Mario World hacks will always be the best, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just had to... Oops! I just sunk myself. I shouldn't have jumped.
I am hoping
that was
that,
not the brightest move.
like Brian said though, I hope that they do have somewhat of like physics changes between the styles, so they're more accurate to the physics of the game that are of that style. So you have more Super Mario World's physics and Super Mario World style. But I doubt that that'll be the case. I assume it'll just be one physics engine across all styles.
Yeah, exactly, Terrell.
Technically, Nintendo could.
That's what I'm worried about.
Nintendo
Man,
could
that would
take
be a sad day because that website's amazing.
Nintendo could take down the hacks themselves too. They could sue the people that made them, for one thing. Like send them a cease
Oh god.
and desist.
I tried to bounce out that bat thinking that's how I was supposed to get out there, but then I got blocked.
That would be a lot
Literally
of people
blocked.
for them to sue though, because there's a lot of people who make hacks. So taking down the site is
And
easier.
hopefully they wouldn't go all like Sony on everyone.
Oh yeah, fucking Sony.
I'm glad. I was again a little worried that I was gonna burn me. So how am I supposed to get that? Are those just blocks that I can pick up? I wonder.
Maybe.
Man, I'm gonna have to be faster about this. Okay.
But yeah, the guy that made the Super Mario 64 HD, that got shut down.
Which is really stupid because it's really no loss to them.
Yeah, in fact, it's like an advertisement, almost.
Okay, the music started getting faster and I got worried that I was running out of time, but apparently that's just part of the music. I was like, oh no!
Yeah, you assume to have plenty of time.
Yeah, well, I just heard the music pick up. Oh! Oh, I thought that block was background. Oh, I learned my lesson. You hit it when you think something's background and it isn't.
Yeah,
That happens to me all the time in real
That's-
life as well.
that's why I think it's pretty important
Really?
when they make it obvious. Like, you should usually be able to discern what's background and what's not.
Yeah, Super Mario 64 X can be pretty cool too.
There's one that a lot of people like, Star Road.
Yeah, I've played that, and I beat like the regular game, but I never got all the stars. It's a pretty hard hack.
Well, I'd say that consoles have their benefits. For one thing, you're never gonna have to worry about whether or not a game will run on your console, because
Yeah,
any game.
I think that's a key point that people miss a lot. There's certainly pros and cons to both, I would say.
Yeah, because on a PC, you have no idea whether or not a game is going to work on your hardware. Even if you have good enough hardware for a game, it could have an incompatibility issue with your specific hardware setup.
This remix is really cool, by the way.
For example, some people are able to play GTA 5 on PC just fine, but me, I'm experiencing a lot of crashes even though I have good enough hardware to run the game constantly at 60 FPS and 1080p full screen with next to max settings. I almost have everything on max.
I feel
And-
like that's probably at least partially Rockstar's fault though. 'Cause
Yeah.
it seems like
Yeah,
a
I
pretty
would
common
say so.
thing.
I do have heard that a lot recently as well.
But I've also heard that there's some people that
Oh,
haven't
God, what
had
is
as many
this? problems.
So there are hardware setups that do work with the game, but your mileage will really vary.
What is this and why is it frightening me? Oh, do I have to make it like shoot this guy? Oh no, I jump on it. Yeah.
Well, Shingen 87, you have to remember that you can actually use most controllers with a PC. Like, you don't have to use keyboard and mouse with a PC. Sure, most controllers are going to need an adapter, but there is a way to use them. Have to put a little bit more effort into it. But computers have a lot more controller compatibility than any console usually does.
What? It's been jumped on it. That sucks.
It's always funny to me when people bring up the keyboard and mouse thing, because if you really think about it, controllers have a lot more compatibility on a computer, because someone out there is going to make pretty much any given controller work on a computer by making a driver for it. While a lot of the time you can't really make drivers for consoles. So people just...
Also, Sinjin, I agree. I prefer controllers a lot.
I do too,
I don't really
but
like mouse and keyboard controls personally.
Yeah,
I think
the
it
only
depends on the game you're playing. Because if I was playing a platformer, I'd definitely want a controller. But if I was playing like a first-person shooter, which I do quite a bit, then I couldn't live without a keyboard and mouse for that. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree with Cheat. It depends on the type of game. Most games, I'm going to prefer a controller. I also think that a keyboard makes a lot more sense for games like Stepmania and DDR.
I think basically for any kind of game that I actually like, I prefer controllers.
Yeah, you don't like rhythm games or FPS games, so there you go. Different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
I'll give you a different stroke.
What I don't understand, and I mean, to each their own on this, but there are some people who think like mouse and keyboard's the best for like everything. I mean, to each their own. If you're that kind of person, that's okay, but I don't understand it personally.
I really can't understand how anyone would be able to use a keyboard for certain games. Like, Sonic Generations is pretty damn annoying to play with mouse and keyboard, in my opinion.
So I'm gonna have to fight this small now.
I also have a DS4 controller, Taro. I also have an Xbox One controller, so I was thinking of getting a Wii U Pro controller as well, because some games on the Wii U support that, and I do not like the Wii U gamepad. It's just not very ergonomic in its design. It gets uncomfortable after long periods of play. It's too big, too bulky. It's not a terrible controller. It's a lot better than the Wiimote, that's for sure, and the N64 controller. But it's definitely not as good as the GameCube controller.
I love the GameCube controller.
Oh yeah, literally, what is better than the GameCube controller?
I would argue that the DS4 is, but that's me.
Oh!
I've not used that one, so I can't.
Oh, I win. Cool. I thought I died. Because that kind of scared me when that just started attacking.
Xbox One controller is actually really good too. They actually fixed my main issue with the Xbox 360 controller, which was the D-pad. It was shit. But now it's actually good.
Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back and take on this next level.
Alright, show everyone the BRB screen.
I will.
I didn't know there was a BRB screen.
There is, you will see it. And you will like it. There it is. This is from an actual gameplay session of Mario 64 that Oren did at one point in time. He got stuck in a wall.
Wow, it's beautiful. He's like a beautiful ballerina.
It's just hilarious that when he actually did this, it was really funny because he didn't even think you could do this, but he did it, and it was funny. And now it's his BRB screen.
Learning to break this game in all the right ways. This is exactly what I'd expect from Oren's BRB screen as well.